This is James Holder for iFILM London. We're here for the press conference today with Nathan Cleverly and Frank Warren. With me, I've got WBO world champion Nathan Cleverly. What's happening, Nate?
Oh well, mate. Oh well, finally announcing the fight.
Yeah. How good does it feel to finally, I know everyone's been on your case on Twitter to name the opponent and stuff, finally you can speak about it.
Yeah, well, I can finally talk now. You tried getting it out of me the other day.
I did try, very hard indeed to get it.
Good effort, mate. No, it's still difficult, really, because we've signed our part of the contract with HBO for the Kovalev fight. So we're just waiting for their side now. Apparently, we know today whether if they've signed their part, and then we're good to go. August the 17th in Cardiff. But like I said,
I was right on the coming back to Wales bit, wasn't I?
Yeah, homecoming, another homecoming. So hopefully, a great turnout for that, like it was last time in February 2012. So, but like I said, with in terms of the opponents, then our part is done. So, you know, I've made it clear my intentions, and it's down to them now.
A lot of British fans will be aware of SERGEY KOVALEV. If they aren't, he's a very dangerous opponent. He's unbeaten. I said only the one non-contest on his record, 22 fights, 19 wins coming by a KO. So again, it's a very, very tough live opponent for you.
Well, I mentioned this guy to my promoter a few months back because I knew he was starting to break through in America. He's got this massive rep as a puncher, pound for pound, top 4 punchers in the world, and you know, I wanted this dangerous fight because it'll kind of make a statement, and especially in the US. And once you make a statement out there, you know, you set up the big fights. But even so, you know, he's unbeaten. He's knocked out. He's had 21 fights, knocked out 19. And even so, on Twitter, there was a few idiots writing in saying this guy's a taxi driver or a road sweeper. You just, that's the kind of cynical people out there. You know, kind of.
Is that quite frustrating from your point of view?
Yeah, that's the kind of people I've had over the last couple of fights. Just jumping on the bandwagon. People who don't know, have a clue what they're on about. You know, you've got boxing writers and people who know their boxing, proper boxing fans, who know how dangerous this type of opponent is. And you know, I'm prepared to fight him. And you've got the idiots then, you know, calling him a road sweeper. Check out his last fight and then make your mind up if he's a road sweeper.
He certainly isn't no road sweeper. Why do you think it is, Nath, that you're a world champion and people are struggling, the big name opponents are struggling to step up and sign? I know the Hopkins thing was offered quite last year, and that looked like close to be signing again. They pulled out at the last moment. We've seen the emails, etc. Frank showed us and stuff. What do you think that's the case now?
I think because of my style, probably. You know, we've offered these guys. You know, FROCH, for example, we offered him his biggest payday to date.
Frank said it was 2.5 million.
You know, which is, you know, would have been his biggest payday, and it's declined. You know, what can we do? That would have been a massive fight in a stadium. I was prepared to drop weight to make the fight.
You would have actually dropped down a weight to make that fight happen?
Yeah, I personally would be prepared to drop down to super middleweight, but the fight was offered at catch weight because he'd be able to keep his super middleweight titles, you know, as an insurance policy when I beat him. So, but they don't want to know that fight. You know, they don't want that fight. So they'll probably go to Mikael Kessler 3.
Is that a fight that you think you could win against FROCH? You think you could win that comfortably at the stage you're at now? I'm
a winner. It's a fight I know I'd win. You know, because I'm an undefeated fighter. Nobody's beat me to date. Regardless of whether I've not fought the elite guys, you still can't. It's still difficult to condemn an undefeated fighter. So it's a fight I would win.
I'm looking forward to seeing your 6th defence of your belt. As I said, everyone's behind you again, and it's good to see you going back to Wales to fight in your hometown and stuff. I think that's great for boxing.
Yeah, it's good. It's 6th defence already. So, you know, and at the end of the day, I'm still 26, so it's a massive time on my side. You know, and in the next couple of years, when I'm involved in these big fights, it's going to be, you know, that's where I'm really going to make my name, and I'm looking forward to that.
As I said, the opponent you've got coming up, he stopped Cornelius White very quick over the weekend, 3 rounds, and he's no mug, is he, Cornelius White? So
no, it's on the weekend he looked excellent. In all fairness, looked massive puncher, and he took out a world-class opponent with ease. He's the real deal, this guy.
Last thing I want to touch on, Adonis Stevenson, Chad Dawson. You watched the fight. Give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it was difficult to look too much into a one-round knockout and a one-punch knockout, really. But very explosive puncher. Caught Chad Dawson flat-footed, and took him out. So all credit to him. Dangerous type of fighter. And that's thrown the light heavyweight division wide open. You got Kovalev, Stevenson, Andre Ward's going to move up soon. You got myself. It's going to be exciting.
You're excited by the prospect of Andre Ward moving up? Is that something you think about?
I think it's good for the weight division, for the light heavyweight division. I think to have a big name, pound for pound, top fighter moving up into the light heavyweight division can only be a good thing.
All right. Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck for the 17th of August. I know we'll probably get a chance to catch up before then, and yeah, I'd really look forward to seeing the fight.
Good man. Cheers, mate.
This is James Holder with Nathan Cleverly for iFILM London.